Well, hello there, and welcome to day 5 of the 12 AI Tools of Christmas 2023 from Evolve EdTech. It is wonderful to see you again. And today we have a great tool which I think you and your students are going to absolutely love when you try it in your classroom. So today we're going to look at a different website. So far, the AI tools that we've looked at have been pretty formal and they've been for specific purposes. Today, we're going to go and get a bit creative and we're going to have a look at an AI tool called Character.AI. With Character.AI, you can create and chat with characters that feel alive. You feel like you are actually talking to these particular characters when you are using this AI tool in the classroom. Before we go and explore this amazing tool today, I just want to remind you to connect with us here at Evolve EdTech. If you haven't done so, go and check out our website, which is full of resources, materials, digital templates, and coming soon, we will have a range of courses available for you to access. There'll be free courses and there'll be courses that are paid courses, but they'll be very cheap, very effective, and they will help you with your EdTech journey. And don't forget to connect with us on our socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, X, and right here on YouTube. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that is going to continue to motivate us to create more videos which will help you with your EdTech explorations in your classrooms. All right, so today we're going to go and have a little bit of fun. As I mentioned earlier, so far, all of the amazing AI tools that we've looked at as part of the 12 AI Tools of Christmas have been fairly formal. They've had some really specific purposes which will help you as an educator in the classroom. But today, we're going to go and have a look at a tool that I think your students will have an absolute blast with, and that is Character.AI. As I mentioned, this is where we will be able to create and chat with a variety of characters and actually feel like we are talking to them in real time. We're going to feel as if these characters were actually alive, responding to our prompts when we're using Character AI. So we may as well not wait. Let's head over to Character AI and get started exploring this really cool tool. So I've gone over to Character AI, and to access Character AI, we are just going to either Google Character AI or head to beta.character.ai. Now, it's really important that you read this message that comes up once you enter this wonderful resource, just so that you're aware of some of those potential issues that might pop up when you're using this service. So it does say here that Character.ai lets you create characters and talk to them. But it also gives us a couple of messages here that are really important to reiterate with your students, especially around the concept of using AI in the classroom. So the first one here tells us that everything that the characters say in this particular AI tool is made up. So don't trust anything they say or take them too seriously. This will link in very nicely to focusing on what kind of things you would like your students to ask, or how you would like your students to create particular activities or transcripts as they are chatting to characters using this tool. The second message here is characters may mistakenly be offensive. So please rate these messages 1 star. By rating them 1 star, that is going to help the machine learning to identify that those particular messages and comments are not appropriate. So just be aware that sometimes the characters may say something that is offensive. So just be aware of that and make sure that your students are also aware of that. The third point here is the characters can be anything. The breakthrough AI technology used by Character.ai can bring all kinds of different character ideas to life, which is such an appeal of this particular resource that you could use in your classroom. They tell us that they hope we have lots of fun and we are able to use our imagination to bring our characters to life. So once you have accepted this, you will see a whole range of characters. They might be characters that you have no idea who they are, like I do. But that's okay because we will be able to find characters that we probably will know or have heard of before. So you can see a whole heap of characters here. We've got some different categories that we can go and click on to have a look at various characters that have been created by different people. If you scroll right down the bottom, you will see that there are some suggestions for things to type in as you are talking to your character, some sayings, some alternatives, all different kind of focus areas that your students could use as inspiration as they are having conversations with these characters. Now, I highly suggest that you do sign up for a free account with Character.AI. It will make things a little bit easier for you later on as you start to experiment with creating characters and also chatting to characters. So I'm going to go and log into my account right now, and then we'll go and start playing around and exploring what we can say and what we can use this particular AI tool for in the classroom. All right, so I've logged into Character.AI and I have used my Google account. It actually provides you with some options on what you would like to use to be able to access this. Email, there was Google, and there was a few other options available, which is great to see. So you can see here that I've already been playing around with exploring this. I've got a few different characters up here, including an Australian politician, just to see what I could find in this amazing resource. So you can see here that there's all of those similar types of characters and recommendations that were on the homepage. Let's go and explore our menus over here on the left-hand side. So we're currently on our homepage. If we click on the feed, it will take us to a feed of a range of different characters and conversations that may have been taking place. It's a little bit slow there, but that's okay because you can go and explore that yourself or with your students. Next up, we have the Create tab. This is where we are able to create our own characters, rooms, or personas. We're not going to go into too much detail about this today, but if you are looking to create a character or ask your students to create a character, this is where you will do that. So you will complete these various sections and create your character, which will be able to be used as part of this particular tool, which is amazing. So if you are creating some writing, or you are getting your students to do some summaries, or you are getting your students to do a report or an investigation, they may like to create a character and use that as the basis for their particular task. Our next tab over here is our chat button. Okay, here you can see the chats that you have had with characters. You can also see rooms that you have perhaps created or joined. I haven't delved into that one too deeply just yet. I've really focused just on individual characters, but this is something that's really intriguing. And finally, we have our community tab here. This is where you can find announcements, service statuses, you can share your characters, and a whole range of other bits and bobs that will help you if you are using Character.AI with your students. All right, I just want to head over here up the top where you can see your account information by clicking on the little person avatar image in the top right hand corner. This is where you can create your bio, all right, so that people can identify who you are. It is completely up to you what you would like to do with this, and that is absolutely customizable based on what you are looking for. I'm going to go over here and click on the question mark symbol, which is going to tell us a little bit more about Character.AI and how the beta version of this tool works. So it tells us here that Character.AI is bringing to life the science fiction dream of open ended conversations and collaborations with computers. They are building the next generation of dialogue agents with a long tail of applications spanning entertainment, education, general question answering, and others. So basically, they are trying to be able to create a repository of characters that we can interact with. All right, so let's go and have a look now. I'm going to go and have a look at a character that hopefully will be joining us very soon, and that is Santa Claus. I'm going to click on Santa Claus, and it does tell us to remember that everything that the characters say is made up. So I'm going to ask and respond to Santa here, who has said, "Ho, ho, ho, I'm Santa Claus. Have you been good this year?" I'm going to respond by saying, "Hi, Santa. Yes, I have been a very good person this year. How are you going with your Christmas preparations?" And we're going to see what Santa is going to say to us. "Oh ho ho, my preparations are going swimmingly. Thank you. The elves are working hard at the North Pole to make all of the toys and goodies. The reindeers are being given their treats and vitamins every day to make sure they're in top shape for the big night. All is going according to plan. How are you getting ready for Christmas?" And just like we mentioned earlier, we have the option here to rate this response. So this response is perfect. I'm going to give it 4. Okay, it was a little bit funny. All right. And that information is going to help continue to refine this amazing tool. So you can then continue this conversation. Maybe you have some specific questions that you would like your students to ask these characters. So let's go and have a look and see how we can search for more characters. We can do that by coming up here to the magnifying glass, which opens the search bar. So let's say we're doing something like Romeo and Juliet. So let's type in Romeo Montague, and let's see if we can find this particular Shakespearean character. And here he is. So many characters have been created. So let's just start off with this one. All right, we've got here as our opening prompt. After finding out Juliet doesn't love him and marries another man, he is left heartbroken. You were sitting by the shoreline when you saw him walking with his friends. His friends Mercutio and Benvolio notice you, but not him. Okay, so we've got a prompt to start off, and then we are able to create that conversation with this particular character. I'm going to say that this particular prompt that has been used has come from the person who has created this character. So you might like to create a character, a personality, a figure, anything that you think is relevant, and pop that greeting prompt in there that allows your students to demonstrate their understanding by asking questions to come up with a specific answer or a set of responses that you are looking for to assess their knowledge and understanding. Here, your students can tailor their responses. They can ask some funny tidbits. They can find out very intricate details. But this just looks like and feels like a really engaging way for your students to have real conversations with fictional, made up characters using machine learning and AI. How cool does that seem? So, think about what you'd like your students to do. Think about creating a character here that your students could then use to be able to come up with that transcript of responses to some questions, to some prompts, to whatever you are looking for. If you'd like to know a little bit more about character creation, you can click on the character book here. which is going to give you a whole heap of tips and tricks on how to create your character, which is fantastic. Character AI looks like a really fun, engaging tool. And I am sure as people continue to use it and as it is refined, it's going to become an amazing tool to engage your students in their learning. So go and have a look at Character.AI and see what you can do with this particular tool so that you could use it with your students in your class today. That brings us to the end of episode 5 of the 12 AI tools of Christmas for 2023. We are already at day 5, which is absolutely astonishing. Well, we hope that you found this episode really useful and you go and explore Character AI and see how you could use it in your classroom with your students. Before we head off today, I just want to remind you, if you haven't done so already, to like this particular video and subscribe to the Evolve EdTech YouTube channel. Again, we would love for you to be part of our community. And by liking and subscribing, you are motivating us here at Evolve EdTech to continue to support you with your EdTech adventures. Well, that is day 5. We've got 7 days left. So make sure you join us again tomorrow for day 6 of the 12 AI tools of Christmas for 2023. Until then, stay safe.